well, if it isn't the Traveler. It's been a while for sure. If only. How should I put it? Well, that's just it. Even if I was hired to provide legal assistance, I suspect, ta-da! Here's your answer. The most direct method. Okay, enough of that. The reason I came to the book's theme centers on the borders of law. And one of its there's no way I'd be able to get an accurate picture of that back in Liyue. So, as soon as I stepped into Not Cry, I knew I was in the right place. And, unsurprisingly, hey, don't worry. I've got Adeptus blood, remember? In fact, I'm kind of waiting, Yeah, you have no idea. I spent why, yes, we talked it through. I definitely did. Yes? Yeah. Granny just loves me to bits, you know, and we spoke for ages. Anyway, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got an appointment. See you! Bye!
Oh, you're back. I just made you all a pot of tea. Better drink it while it's hot.
Boss Neff, you wouldn't believe how scary our day has been! Seriously, I am never, ever taking random jobs like that ever again!
Oh, come on now. You even faced the wild hunt and lived to tell the tale. What's left to be afraid of?
Wait a sec, how did you? Oh, right.
What? Huh? Boss Neff. The teacups. Why is there one missing? Did you think I wasn't coming back?
My. How could you think that of me? You know the rules. If a member of staff wants tea, they pour it themselves.
Member of staff? Does that mean you're accepting me back?
Wasn't that the deal?
Boss Neff! You're the best boss ever!
You never change, do you?
Neffer, that medicine we discussed before, the one for congenital Kuvaki sensitivity, I need you to get—
And how do you expect me to find something like that for you in the middle of the night?
I need it right now.
All right. I'll see what I can do. But you know urgent—
Thank you. In a good way? Or a bad way?
Who can say? I'll take—
Traveler, Paimon, a lot has happened these past few days. I don't know what I would have done without you.
Hey, don't mention it. That's...
You're right.
Tonight?
The moon shines brightly this night. What better time for the Frost Moon Scions to usher in a new dawn for truth? Thank you for your kind words. But before I do, there's one more thing we need to deal with.
Oh yeah! Now that we have the moon marrow...
You'll have to forgive me. I used too much of my strength in the battle earlier.
That's fine! We're gonna be in Not Cry for a while anyway.
Thank you. But there's another problem. How to keep the moon marrow safe now?
Huh? Can't we just return—
The seal has been broken. Even if it were restored, now that the wild hunt has gotten in once, there's no guarantee that it won't happen again.
Oh, right.
Back when the Frost Moon Scion's bloodline still ran strong, in special circumstances, a moon chanter could act as a vessel. But it is a grueling trial of will and endurance. The moon chanter who did this only lasted 2 days. As for me, I might be able to last 5, at most.
Hold on. You'd be using your body as a vessel?
Yes. You can think of it like dropping a red-hot ball of iron into a bucket of water. how long the water lasts depends entirely on the bucket's size. Pardon?
Hey! That's not a bad idea! But we're out of options, aren't we?
All right. Well... Here. Hold it in your hands. Feel its power. Imagine you're a lake, a cluster of stars. Let the moon become a part of you.
Whoa! It went into your body!
How is that? Are you feeling any discomfort? Astonishing. Well, look.
Phew! Paimon knew you had...
Did I miss something just now?
Yes. And it was nothing short of a miracle.
Not something I'd be interested in then. Anyway, here's the medicine you asked for.
Thank you, Nefer.
Please stop being so nauseatingly friendly. So, what exactly did you all go through during... A phantom that can mimic the appearance of others. Quite different from what we've seen before.
Yeah, and both times it appeared, its goal was pretty clear. It seems like it was after the moon marrow.
And on both occasions, it was accompanied by the...
I must say, I don't often see you look this serious.
Too late in the day for thinking, that's all. We'll pick this up again later. You all feel free to keep chatting, though. Just don't forget...
On that note, Traveler, please keep the moon marrow stored within your body for the time being. We'll take it back off your hands as soon as the wild hunt's been taken, of course. Anyway...
Hey, we're coming with you!
That alone means more to me than you could...
What's going on?
I'm not sure. It seems like
I heard the relic's already been retrieved.
That's Our Lady Lauma, all right.
Noble scions of the Frost Moon, my kin beneath the moonlight, I hereby declare the truth to you. Long have our ancestors looked up to the Frost Moon, guided by her serene light. Yet now, she lies hidden beyond the limits of the sky.
And so, Lauma began to reveal to the Frost Moon Scions a truth long hidden within her heart. A story of a false moon and the death of gods.
Kutar was indeed born of the moon. But that does not give us the right to reap without sowing, nor clothe ourselves without the toil of weaving.
As she spoke, some who listened were stunned into disbelief, while others seemed to awaken as if from a dream.
From this day forth, the road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
After everything Lauma said last night, Paimon wonders how it... Still, judging by their reactions at the time, it didn't seem as intense as Paimon might have been. Hey look! It's Lauma!
Welcome, both of you. The animals were
Nothing too dramatic happened, did it? No one took it so hard that they went... Hey! Paimon's just...
Thank you for your change doesn't... Hold up.
Although what...
Well, just as I thought might happen. Confusion, frustration, helplessness.
Oh,
I respect their choice. May they carry the Frost Moon Scion's blessings far and wide. If we meet again someday, perhaps we will be able to sit together. And others sought me out afterward, though, and thanked me profusely for sharing the truth with our people. They said they used to see me as distant, even somewhat unapproachable.
sounds like a win overall!
Thank you. Though, do I really come across as...
Well...
That's a bit of a hard one. My antler, it brings me comfort. By the way, I'm glad to hear it. But for now, I want to enjoy this feeling a little longer.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life. Wouldn't you agree?
There's so much space on this thing. Wait, Inefa needs help? We should still head over and check on things.
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers. Everyone says there's tons of work. Because me thinks everything.
Inepa! We saw your notice and we're here to help! Hello? Huh. She's gone.
Ah, Paimon and the Traveler are the first to arrive.
Huh! Inepa! What happened?
The logic of your conclusion is sound. But I would not use that word. After all,
Wait. So Aino's the what? Ah, good idea.
request not feasible. Aino has locked down the control system. Analyzing further options. Conclusion decision. I will temporarily override one of Aino's rules and inform you about the hidden control system.
Okay.
Sufficient grounds for override. Please proceed to the path to the side of the workshop and locate the robots scattered over there. Once you have located all the specific robots, you can unlock the control system. This is the back door Aino established for herself, as she often forgets the password.
Okay. So we just need to collect all the boxes.
Time to go. Time to go.
Detecting companions in need of help. Assistance in progress.
Wow! What a crazy hiding spot! Aino wasn't taking any chances.
Zing zap, mechanical claw backup control. Command confirmed.
Oh, you okay, Inepa?
Inspection in progress. All functions normal. I am unharmed. Aino
So,
compiling relevant data. Simplification in progress.
oh, that.
I used that term because Aino intends to unleash the force of her entire fleet of combat robots against those.
What?
If Aino manages to use her genius for destructive purposes, all of Nodcry will be facing a crisis the likes of which, when I attempted to stop her...
Oh, you mean that notice board in the middle of the square?
Correct. According to my calculations, posting that notice had a 94% chance of success, much higher than all other plans.
Yeah, it was pretty hard to miss.
Fortunately, you arrived just in time. Aino and her robot fleet should still be at the workshop. Please follow me.
You got it! Lead the way!
It's time to move out!
Move out!
Our objective is simple. Track down the thief and save our comrade!
Track down the thief! Save our comrade!
Aino, you have to stop this.
Enough! How did you get free?
You can't do this, Aino!
Aha! So you had help! Well, don't even only have to go now! Or Crumbclank's 70% suite will get dismantled and sold for parts! Clinkclank Legion, move out!
Move out!
What do we do?
Aino's sugar intake has already exceeded normal levels this month, but given the present situation, desserts are the only thing that can get Aino to calm down, and I have already used up the allotment I had prepared.
Okay, what's with the staring? Fine.
Aino, why don't you calm down for a second and have some dessert?
Oh, still treating me like a kid, huh?
At least it worked.
Listen, I know you guys think I'm making a big deal out of nothing. But this wasn't just some scrap parts you can sell on the black market. This was a robot I was about to add to the workshop, just like Inefra. Even though I'm the... It's a disgrace.
I know.
Really?
We can come up with a plan together. We'll help you get...
Thanks. And, about earlier? I'm sorry, Inefra.
Phew.
Let's go back to the workshop.
Time to go. Wind strike.
Job well done, everyone.
Okay, so how is theft handled in Nodcry? Do we call the police or something?
Unfortunately, Nodcry is a largely autonomous region. There is no unified law enforcement organization, which means calling the police is...
See? That's why we have to take it into our own hands.
Still, turning all of Nodcry upside down seems a bit...
What choice do I have? The thief somehow dodged my...
Analyzing options. If their goal is Mora...
Nasha Town, huh? But
It is not the best idea for you to interact with adults like that. Perhaps you can get started on the workshop's order backlog in the meantime.
About that, Crumclank's core was built using a special. I wanted to test it out. So, but with Crumclank missing, there's no way I can get them done.
Analyzing other
Kawaki? Wait, the traveler. What? How?
Calculations complete. Traveler, I would like to enlist your services to help Aino clear the workshop backlog.
Come on, no need for that.
Much appreciated.
Nope, I'm gonna do that too. With the traveler's help, I'm confident
Aino.
I need you here, Inefa. Someone needs to watch over the workshop and make besides. Rescuing our stolen comrade is a job for the boss of this.
Then I will defer to you, boss.
All right. Clink Clank Legion, move out. Aino sure is determined, huh?
Well, she is the boss of the workshop, and I capable.
No problem. Just lick.
Time to go.
This place is full of quirky little gadgets. So glad I came. This place is full of quirky little gadgets. So glad I came.
Follow the wind. Time to go. Time to go.
The wind knows me.
One with nature. Time to go.
Fix your
Illusion
skull.
shattered.
Time to big one. I'm gonna fix your skull.
There is no
I'll make short work of you.
Shine down into the wind. So quiet.
Merciless.
One with nature. Follow the wind.
Use the force authorized.
The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no... Absurd!
What a waste of time! Run while
Shine down!
Use of force authorized.
Illusion shot!
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. Into the wind.
Extinguish! Mine to wield. There is no escape!
As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
What a waste of time!
Shine down!
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
I'll protect us.
Now you shall perish!
Fearless. Another star goes out.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
There is no escape!
Wind strike. Taking a stroll in the middle of a down.
All right.
Illusion shattered!
One with nature.
Torn to oblivion!
Into the wind.
Shine down!
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows me.
Nice. I like the rain.
Into the wind! One with wind and cloud! Into the wind!
Inazuma shines eternal! Someone else!
Go! Ready, steady, go!
There is no escape! That hurts!
The wind knows me.
Extinguish! Illusion shattered!
Into the wind! Clouds high! The birds call! The wind knows me.
Now you shall perish! I'll shine down!
Into the wind! As one with wind and cloud! The wind knows me.
There is no escape!
Mine to wield. Into the wind! Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me.
Shine
shadow! The wind knows me. Paradigm shift! Shine down! Into the wind! As one with wind and cloud! The wind knows me.
I'll protect us. La 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 la. Power.
Illusion shell! Into the wind! There is no escape! One with nature. The wind knows me. Merciless. One with my blade, from whence you can...
Rain cutter.
Annihilate.
Power.
Where do we come from? And where are we going?
All things come to an end, even time itself.
Use of force authorized.
Here's something.
Rain outlines your fate.
A touch of frost. Submit for...
Mine to wield.
I couldn't fix it.
A treasure buried in time.
Rain outlines your...
Forth, my blade.
Let me weave you a verse. No, my soul...
Spirit blade. Swift and merciful. Submit for...
What are we... Witness power.
Mine to wield.
Fearless. Time to act.
From whence you came!
Rain outlines your fate. Mine to wield.
Use the force off.
Let me weave you a bird.
Spirit Blade! Attack!
Ready, steady, go! La da 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 da.
Prepare to meet your maker! Body and mind.
From whence you came!
Know my sword! Witness the power! Extinguish! Power!
Resistance is futile.
One with my blade!
Fearless!
All right, here comes
Know my
another.
sword!
Forth my blade! Spirit Blade!
Rain cutter! Surge! Mine to wield.
Resistance is futile.
From whence you came!
Save
A
yourself.
touch of frost!
There's no resistance! Mine to wield. Witness the power.
Swift and merciful! Submit for
The abyss is like the world's shadow. It's always there, and it will never perish. All things come to an end, even time itself.
says there's tons of work lately. Why is none of it coming to me?
This land holds nothing but
Everyone says there's tons of work lately. Why is none of it coming to me?
This land holds nothing but promise for adventurers from all walks of life.
Everyone says there's tons of work lately. Why is none of it coming to me?
Add astro... Add astro... Thank you for completing today's commit... Huh? That's not the price we agreed on. What do you think you're playing at?
Dear Miss Yehoda, if you manage to return the object of your next commission intact, then I assure you your reward will be paid in full.
It wasn't my fault. How was I supposed to know a bunch?
Might I also ask that you don't spread so much misinformation to our clients when you're
I wasn't spreading misinformation.
The master bandit who is still...
That was just me trying to sound cool. No one told me the client was from the Fontaine Guards. That woman takes herself too seriously. No sense of humor at all.
The fixer who protects all of Nausea Town.
I was talking about Boss Neff.
Regardless, Miss Yehoda.
I know.
Perhaps you could take a few pointers from
the Traveler. But you're gonna need to wait for me to...
Let's see. Who are we haven't actually been in Nokrai that long, so we don't know much about this place. Where do we even start? Yeah, you must know this place like the back of... We could yell out, which one of you... Honestly, terrible idea. No way! Sometimes I sneak a dessert when I'm not supposed... Maybe we should ask Anefa what... Guess you don't Well, don't worry. Let's just start asking... Okay. can.
Oh, good. You're looking for a blacksmith? To be honest, Wow, someone had the nerve to steal from your workshop? Let me think.
Maybe you should describe what Crumb Clank 70% sweet looks like, I know. Might help jog your memory.
Oh, no need. I know style. I'd recognize it anywhere. But the only thing that's come my way recently is boring scrap metal. Nothing that looked even remotely like your work. Maybe the thief hasn't pawned it off yet.
Yeah, maybe. Well, thanks for the help. We'll keep looking.